Hi guys, welcome to Starlet Speak. Please excuse the outfit here. It's an exceptionally warm California day and I'm going for a nice walk after this, and then I'm working out. Anyhow, the reason I'm on here, it's kind of ironic in a way, is because I have been going just nuts with information overload and I'm wondering if any of you guys can relate. So I have a Twitter, I have YouTube, I have Facebook, now I have Tumblr, which I just signed up for. I have several blogs, I have a couple of different email addresses, and everything also comes through on my phone. I'm sure this is the case for most people, especially the younger generation. So I'm almost constantly bombarded with information, and it's not necessarily information that I need to have. I lived with this tiny little phone. Let me show you. Right now I'm using a Nexus S, which is in my purse, but I'll show you. I lived with this tiny little phone, and it makes calls over Wi-Fi, and it's not a smartphone. It can access the internet, and I could check my email and such, but I couldn't do everything I could do on a smartphone. But I don't consider it to be a dumb phone. For a long time. And I thought about getting the iPhone, but I really didn't want a phone like that, but then I decided I needed to be able to get messages and emails for work when I'm on the road and stuff like that. So, yeah, so I got a smartphone. But, I mean, seriously, half the stuff that comes through on it, like things that come through on my Gmail, more than half, it's just like things I've signed up for, or someone's made a new comment on something, which please don't stop doing that. I love those emails. But I think I really need to put a limitation on it. I think I need to say, okay, from this hour to this hour on these days, I'll be online. And I don't know if that works. Have you had to do that? Have you tried it? I know at one point I was seriously obsessed with Facebook. I mean, I would spend hours on Facebook, and I wouldn't even know where the time went, and things weren't getting done in terms of around the house, and it was like not really cool with my boyfriend. He was like, wow, you're on there so much, what are you doing? What are you doing on there? And I was doing the Cafe World game and some of the other games, but mostly like reading other people's, stuff they were posting that was going to the main feed and updating my wall and thinking that everything I did was just so interesting that everyone had to know. And it seems like right around the time that I was really obsessed, which was about a year ago, everyone else that I was connected to was as well. And everybody was posting their most intimate, deep secrets and problems going on in their household and health issues and, problems they were having with other people. I mean, people were really putting their stuff out there. And so, being someone who was, getting into it at that time, yeah, I was a late bloomer. I was doing the same thing as the rest of the people in the Facebook culture, and I was sharing so much stuff and writing notes and sharing. It's like every thought, oh, I had a good idea, let me put this down, or oh, I just fried an egg, or oh, I'm at IKEA, or oh, I can't think of anything to write, but I just wanted to say hello. Oh, and it was just ridiculous. Then I started to notice that people were starting to withdraw more and more. You know what I mean? They weren't posting as much, and I said, well, maybe they blocked me. You know how you can set your privacy settings? Because I posted so much, I thought maybe people had blocked me. But if you can actually go to their wall and see their wall, then they haven't posted you from seeing their posts. People were actually just not posting as much. And then I thought, well, that's a relief, because part of the pressure I felt was to keep up with what everyone else is posting, because people will have a conversation with you and say, well, didn't you see it on Facebook? Or, oh, what'd you think of that thing I posted on Facebook? Oh, you didn't know that that's going on with my daughter? I put it on Facebook. So I felt this pressure to kind of like keep up with it, which is ridiculous. But it was the culture. Everyone was pretty much doing it. Anyway, so as other people began to use it less, I felt more comfortable and I started using it less and less. So now really I'll occasionally update a couple of my makeup related pages and I'll update my wall, but it's nothing like before, and I don't put really personal things on there before. I just can't believe, like, I thought that hundreds of people or however many I'm connected to really needed to know that. Like, these are people, some of them I haven't seen since high school or before that, I had my friend from grade school on there and other people. And so it's like, why did I think that they needed to know, my deepest, darkest, well, not dark, but my, the inner workings of my being and what's going on in my mind and soul. Like, would I actually, if those people were sitting in a room with me, would I actually say that to all those people if they were face to face? No, I wouldn't. And lately with Twitter, it's been somewhat discouraging because, I don't know, I guess I'm not so interesting that like tons of people would want to follow me, and I get that. It's just like I'm posting random things and it's not really consistent with a theme. But then I see other people that I know who are posting random stuff and they have like 400 plus Twitter followers. So I don't know. I sometimes feel like giving up on Twitter because I think it's more of a distraction and more of a compulsive thing where it's like, okay, I painted my toenails. Uh-oh, I just did this. And sometimes it's like, oh, check out this great makeup offer I got, or check out this new salon that just came in San Francisco. And maybe if it was more streamlined and about one subject, then it would gain more interest. But just random facts about my life, no one really gives a crap. And that hurt my ego a little bit. It's like, oh, I'm interesting, but not so interesting that random strangers, hundreds of random strangers, want to follow what I'm doing all day long. So I want to step back a little bit from Twitter. The Tumblr thing, I saw it and I fell out of the loop. And this is one of the traps with these things. Like, I didn't know what the heck it was. Seriously. And so I looked at it and I go, oh, this is really cool. Signed up for it. And now that's what I've been doing. And then it goes to my Twitter and my Facebook. I was like, well, maybe if I just keep one thing. Like, this is my little mini blog. Occasionally if I see something I want to share. But again, who am I trying to reach? Who do I think is actually going to look at this? Who do I care looks at it? What if there are people that I don't want out there looking at it? Or people that I don't want to know those things about me? It's just, the world has gotten so complicated. And then the other thing I find about all of this technology is, do you ever notice yourself or someone that you know, maybe your child or sibling, friend, what have you, any free moment they have, standing outside of the bathroom waiting for a friend to come out of the bathroom on the smartphone, either checking the Twitter, that makes me sound old, checking Twitter, checking Facebook, checking email, texting, people do it at red lights, waiting for food to come at a restaurant. I mean, it's like we don't have any downtime to think anymore, and I feel overwhelmed by it because it almost feels like it's an addiction. It's like, as much as it gives me that feeling in the pit of my stomach, like, oh, I'm overwhelmed and I can't keep up with all of this and I don't want to keep up with it and maybe I don't want to tell, sorry, there's a motorcycle going by, maybe I don't want to do this. It's like, I've had these impulsive moments where I just want to delete all my accounts and everything, and I felt like that today. I was just like, I'm just going to delete everything. Not that it matters to anyone else, really. Maybe a few people would care. But I decided to just get on here and vent instead and see what other people think and how you feel about it. Do you feel pressured by all of this stuff that we need to keep up with nowadays? Do you feel pressured to use like almost every moment to look at something, or do you turn to that when you're bored? What did you used to do? What did we used to do with our time before we were buried in all of this stuff 24 hours a day? Do you turn your phone off when you go to bed? Do you have your email and everything pulling through onto your phone? Please share with me how you are handling this just really quick, constant change in technology and this information overload. I'd really appreciate hearing your story, hearing your ideas. You can ask me questions about my personal issues with this whole thing if you need it to kind of understand more so that you can maybe provide me some feedback. Whatever you'd like. I look forward to your comments and I will reply to everyone that I get under this video. So thank you very much. Hope you have a great day. Go turn off your computer now that you've watched my video after you leave a comment. Turn off the phone, go outside, go for a walk, do something else. Okay, I will too, I promise. I'm about to do it. See you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.